Alright, this is a season favorite for me. I already cut up this butternut squash. I added some avocado oil, some salt, and some pepper. And then I'm gonna roast this guy. And I will tell you, this is a favorite. This is my childhood. This is just so good. And it just screams fall when, it's Florida and it still feels like summer outside. I just wanted to feel like fall somehow. This is the way to do it. Make yourself a butternut squash soup. So the star of this recipe is honestly the Vitamix, because it's got that soup function and it'll heat the soup and it works perfect. What I do here, I'm going to chop up ahead of time my onions and I'm just going to roast it after. So you can see in the back I've already roasted my butternut squash and I'm just going to roast up this afterwards. I was planning on doing this over 2 days, prepping my butternut squash so I could do the rest of it quickly after work, but Kamal ended up cooking, so I was like, alright, I'll just do this on the Friday. So I got home from teaching and I teach 2 lectures on Friday right now, and I got home and I was like, this is what I'm gonna make. So I just did a quick roast on my butternut squash, and then you could do this all at once if you wanted to. I mean, you could my brain, this is how I do it. I half it and chop up my my onions separate. You can roast it all together if you really wanted to. I just didn't want to use my oven. If you can see, I'm using my little air fryer toaster oven combo guy. And then I'm going to add the garlic that I have. And then I'm just going to mix this all up. If you want to get real fancy with it, which is what I usually do if I have whole garlic cloves or whole heads of garlic, half them, put them in either a ramekin or a metal tray, oil them, salt them, and then roast them. And it's good flavor as well. But I'll tell you, this was just as good. I roasted the garlic and the onion separate because that's what I had. And then you're going to see me just basically taking the butternut squash out of the skins because they're still pretty fibrous. And they were like candied butternut squash with how I roasted them. And I did a low and slow. I think it was 375 over the course of 45 minutes. But you'll see me pick all the flesh of the butternut off into this Vitamix. I mean, and you don't have to use a Vitamix. I mean, you can blend this in any blender, and then heat it up on your stove. I mean, you can make it a little bit more rustic and mash it. But the Vitamix, I mean, it almost adds aeration to soups. So they're almost, and it's gonna sound ridiculous, but fluffy. They get a little bit of a foaminess to some of them. I know when I do my broccoli, my straight cream of broccoli soup in the Vitamix, it'll get almost frothy. This one is still quite thick, so it doesn't get that same light airiness as that soup does. But it has a very consistent texture, which you'll see. So anybody who doesn't like a lot of soups like that, this is a good investment. I mean, I always say that the Vitamix was one of the best choices I ever made, and money well spent. And I've had this thing probably since 2015, so over 10 years. I mean, my KitchenAids one of them is older than me. I have 2 KitchenAid mixers. Both of them came from my mom. I have my smaller one, which is older than me, and then my newer one, which is 20 years old. So, I mean, stuff lasts if you take care of it. I will take my KitchenAid mixers apart and re-oil them and tighten them up, and They will last. Although I have to say the original one that I have, my Artisan Professional KitchenAid, that thing is built like it's a machine. I mean, the new ones are not nearly as good as that guy. But there's get a little bit of skin off of there. And then we're just gonna get the rest in there. You can see in the background the little oven, the air fryer, toaster oven guy is just heating away. I'm roasting up my onions and my garlic. So, at this point, this is what I do. I add either, again, you can use vegetable stock, you can use chicken stock. I had chicken stock on hand. So, this is a cup of chicken stock. I'm going to add that to my Vitamix. Let's see that fill up in there. And then you can do a couple different things. You can do whole sage, fresh. I use the rubbed sage from McCormick. That's half a cup of half and half. This is that rubbed sage, and I don't know how much I put in it. It was probably, if I had to put it into an amount, it was maybe 2 tablespoons. And then I added a little tiny bit of nutmeg. And then pepper, and then a little bit of salt is going to go into there. Got a little bit of that fine ground pepper that I have left. But don't worry, we have since gone to Costco. We have more fine black pepper. And I'm just gonna give myself way too much salt. I'll tell you right now, it just flew right out of there. So I ended up putting some of it back into the container. So main staples here, we've got some onion powder. Again, I'm just throwing some in there. I want to say maybe a tablespoon of that. That's the onion powder. And then probably another tablespoon of the garlic powder. This is it was hot. It was the roasted onion and garlic, and I'm just scooping it right from the parchment paper into that Vitamix. I put my top on, and then I put it to the soup setting, and I'm just going to let this baby go. And you just kind of like set it and forget it. It will sound like a rocket ship is taking off in your kitchen, but let me tell you, I mean, I don't know, it's kind of blurry here, but I'll do the makeup thing. Look at that. Gorgeous. And it's so good. I'm super excited about this one. I don't know why I wait. I had that conversation with my partner. He's like, oh, I can't wait to make the pies for Thanksgiving. He's like, you don't have to just make pies for Thanksgiving, right? You can make pies any time of the year. And I'm like, yeah, but then I'm eating pie all the time. So like I made a fresh strawberry pie in the summer or something like that, but like pumpkin pie doesn't have to wait for Thanksgiving. It's pumpkin pie. It's delicious. And look at these little pumpkin containers I got from Aldi. They're adorable. So I'm just going to swirl a little bit of extra virgin olive oil on top. You don't have to do this. I do this when I make bisques as well, but I just thought it would be pretty and it would give a little bit of flavor. It's more mild olive oil anyway. And then this is just some pumpkin seeds. I'm just going to put some of those on top. That jar has since dwindled down to nothing because my partner has found them and he likes to snack on them. So we have to get more pumpkin seeds. I like to put them in my salad or on top of my butternut squash soup.